May the peace of the Lord be with you. A very warm welcome to PCGTV News. This bulletin is live from our studio, Osu, Accra. Coming up, Moderator addresses 25th General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. Presbyterian Church of Ghana's 25th General Assembly endorses Reverend David Abuaje Dankwa as new clerk. And also, Presbyterian Church of Ghana announces new leadership appointment. Many thanks for staying with us. I am Georgette Anane. Now to the details. The moderator of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, Right Reverend Dr. Abraham Nanoparekwache, delivered a comprehensive address at the 25th General Assembly on Thursday, the 14th of August 2025, reflecting on the church's progress, challenges, and future direction. On church growth and development, the moderator reported a 7.57% growth in membership, with 103,392 new members joining the church in the past year. While this fell short of the target, it demonstrated the church's continued relevance. Additionally, 109 ministers were ordained and 90 new probationers commissioned, strengthening the church's ministerial workforce. Progress on the Kuntunsi Conference Center was highlighted, with construction now underway following successful fundraising efforts. The moderator described the project as both a financial and spiritual endeavor, thanking members for their contributions. On the theme of the year, Building on Christ's Foundation, the 2025 theme, Celebrating Our Heritage, Building on the Foundation Already Laid, 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 11, emphasized Jesus Christ as the unshakable foundation of the church. The moderator urged members to avoid divisions and competitions, instead focusing on spiritual depth and innovation. He encouraged the church to honor its past while embracing new ways to remain impactful in the 21st century. On education, a legacy to preserve. With 2,896 educational institutions, including schools, colleges, and universities, the Presbyterian Church of Ghana remains a key stakeholder in Ghana's education sector. However, the moderator expressed concern over dilapidated facilities in some schools and called for urgent renovations ahead of the 2028 bicentennial celebrations. On revisiting chieftaincy and Ghanaian culture, the moderator called for a re-examination of the church's relationship with chieftaincy, acknowledging its cultural and spiritual significance. A national conference for Presbyterian chiefs is planned for 2026 and 2027 to foster dialogue and redefine the church's engagement with traditional leadership. On national concerns, peace, and unity, the Assembly observed a minute of silence for victims of the August 6 helicopter crash, Black Wednesday, which claimed 8 lives, including government officials. The moderator also prayed for lasting peace in Boku and in Kwanta, urging support for mediation efforts. On leadership transition and anniversaries, a tribute was paid to Reverend Dr. Godwin Ninoy Odonko, clerk of the General Assembly, for his dedicated service. The moderator also highlighted upcoming milestones. On proposal for a new moderator's gown, the moderator proposed designing a new official gown that reflects Ghanaian identity, moving away from the current Scottish-inspired attire.
I wish to place on record my appreciation to the Lord for a second year of service to Him in His church in my capacity as moderator. He has provided women and men who have supported me in my task and to whom I owe appreciation. In the past year, we successfully launched the bicentennial celebrations in a beautiful service at the Osu Castle, also known as Christiansborg. So far, we have had 3 well-attended bicentennial lectures, and we are grateful to God. The excitement is building up, and I believe that this celebration will be successful. Amen. On behalf of the General Assembly, I congratulate His Excellency the President for the massive electoral victory in the 2024 general elections. Since his inauguration and assumption of the reins of power, His Excellency has initiated a National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving as part of the celebration of the Republic Day. We salute him for acknowledging the hand of the Lord upon the nation and keeping our nation together in relative peace. We will continue to pray for him and his government to lead us in righteousness and integrity. We acknowledge that the President has appointed a number of Presbyterian Church of Ghana members to significant offices in the nation, for which we are grateful. Many of them, but these include the Honorable Marietta Brew, the President's Legal Counsel, Honorable Seth Tekwe, Presidential Advisor on the Economy, Honorable George Opareado, Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, and Honorable Thomas Nyako Ampem, the Deputy Minister for Finance and Economic Planning. We also acknowledge the appointment of Brigadier General Maxwell Ububa Mante, Director General of the Narcotics Control Commission, and Brigadier General Glover Ashong Anang, Commissioner of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority. We are also grateful that 2 of our ministers, the Reverend Dr. Joseph Kofi Entwi and the Reverend Professor Johnson Imbila, have been appointed to serve on the nation's Judicial Council. While appreciating the President for all these appointments, I wish to assure the government of this country that Presbyterians are some of the most loyal, trustworthy, and dedicated persons who will serve his agenda of resetting the nation. And I invite him to appoint more Presbyterians to help make his goal a reality.
On closing call to action, the moderator thanked ministers, catechists, and members of their commitment and urged unity, innovation, and faithfulness to Christ's mission. The assembly closed with the singing of Presbyterian hymn 269, symbolizing hope and perseverance.
And now I invite the entire church to remain united and pray for the Lord to continue to lead us and guide us. May we in the coming years celebrate our heritage as Christians and Presbyterians. May we never give up in spite of the opposition and difficulties. Let us build on the foundation already laid with costly stones, so that we will receive a reward from the Lord himself at the last. Thank you all, and may the Lord bless us as he makes the Presbyterian Church of Ghana a church that builds on the foundation of Jesus Christ. Thank you for your attention, and I invite the entire assembly to sing with me Presbyterian hymn 269. Atazion de machine, Tasaya noema, Egbenshi, e mashisin yenyongono.
The 25th General Assembly continues with further deliberations on church and national matters. Now, the 25th General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, currently underway at the Rock City Hotel, Kwehu Inkwetia, has witnessed a landmark moment with the election of Reverend David Abuaji Dankwa, chairperson of the Asante Achim Presbytery, as the new clerk of the General Assembly.
And let's put our hands together for the clerk-elect of the General Assembly.
Reverend Dankwa, a seasoned minister with extensive experience in pastoral work, church administration, and mission development. Previously served at the head office of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana as property manager before his appointment as Asante Achim Presbytery chairperson. During the nomination stage, he secured 59.6% of the total nominations, with the second and third candidates each reaching 12.69% and the fourth candidate obtaining 6.1%. In the subsequent yes or no referendum, 228 votes were cast, with 223 delegates, 97.8% voting yes, and just 5 delegates, 2.2% voting no. This overwhelming endorsement reflects the Assembly's strong confidence in his leadership. Reverend Dankwa will officially assume office on 1st December 2025, taking over from Reverend Dr. Godwin Ninoy Odonko, who has faithfully served as clerk for 6 years, steering major church projects, policy reforms, and expanding mission work in Ghana and beyond. In his acceptance remarks, Reverend Dankwa expressed gratitude to God, the moderator of the General Assembly, Right Reverend Dr. Abraham Nanopare Kwache, ministers, and the Presbyterian family for the trust placed in him. He pledged to uphold the church's values, promote accountability, strengthen evangelism and discipleship, and advance key projects such as the Kuntunsi Development Initiative. Delegates from all presbyteries across the country and abroad marked the occasion with singing, prayers, and thanksgiving, signaling a new chapter in the church's leadership as it celebrates its bicentennial anniversary.
Permit me to, first of all, give grateful thanks to God Almighty for his love for me. I thank him for the seed he placed in me from my infancy. He has always been my great provider. God knows me in and out, and I thank him for the plans he has for my life. I am eternally grateful to the God of David. And coincidentally, Moderator, I'm also called David. I am very fortunate that all of you, these galaxy of church people, are around. And I think it is even more difficult for me to fail than to succeed. Then to my better half, my wife, the wife of my youth, Mrs. Evelyn Abuaji Dankwa. You have been a strong pillar in my life. The theme for this assembly is calling us all to build on the foundation which is already laid. Moderator, on that note, I want to state categorically that I, Reverend David Abuaji Dankwa, do accept this honor and the confidence reposed in me by God through this 25th Assembly of the Church to occupy the office of the Clerk of General Assembly. And I pledge to abide by what the Constitution of the PCG says regarding that office. I humbly request for your prayer and moral support. I hope I can count on you all. God richly bless you. Amen.
The Presbyterian Church of Ghana has announced 3 key leadership appointments during its ongoing 25th General Assembly in Kwewin-Kwetia. The changes reflect the church's strategic vision for strengthening its ministries and operations. On Public Relations Officer appointment, Mr. Jerome Otri, a seasoned journalist and former editor of Kotoko Express, has been named as the new Public Relations Officer for the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. He takes over from Reverend Ebenezer K. Owuswa Henkain, who is proceeding on international mission assignment. Mr. Otri brings over 20 years of experience in journalism and communications to his new role. He is currently a ministerial trainee at the Presbyterian Church of Ghana's Ramsiya Training Center in Abetifi and pursuing a PhD in Media and Communications at Unimac. He also hosts Sports Time with Jerome on PCGTV and worships at Covenant Congregation in Jowulu. Reverend Mrs. Patricia Addy has been appointed as the new director of the Presbyterian Women's Center at Abokobi. She moves from her current position as Ecumenical and Social Relations Director for Ghana Presbytery, where she has served with distinction. In her new role, Reverend Mrs. Addy will oversee women's empowerment programs, leadership development initiatives, and faith-based training at the center. Her extensive experience in ministry and ecumenical relations positions her well for this important assignment. Reverend Andrew Shadow, currently serving as clan director for Ghana Presbytery, has been appointed as the new National Director of Church Life and Nurture. In this capacity, he will provide leadership for spiritual growth and discipleship programs across all Presbyterian Church of Ghana presbyteries. These strategic appointments demonstrate our commitment to placing competent leaders in key positions to advance the church's mission. Each brings unique gifts and proven leadership to their new roles. Now, the Presbyterian Missionary Worship Center in Techiman, a vibrant congregation of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, celebrated its 5th anniversary with a special Thanksgiving service on Sunday, August 10, 2025. The event, held under the theme Persisting in Mission, celebrating 5 years of God's faithfulness, brought together church leaders, traditional rulers, and distinguished guests for a day of joyful worship and reflection. Established on October 11, 2020, Presbyterian Missionary Worship Center was born out of visionary initiative by former Presbytery chairperson, Reverend Dr. William Kwabna Ofosu-Addo, and approved by the 53rd Presbytery Session and General Assembly Council. What began as an experimental model congregation in the Techiman district has grown remarkably over 5 years, now boasting 280 members, including 9 Nigerians, demonstrating its international appeal and successful ministry approach. Reverend Ramos Tree Entry, the minister in charge, explained Presbyterian Missionary Worship Center's unique concept as an international worship center designed to meet the spiritual needs of Techiman's diverse community. Presbyterian Missionary Worship Center represents more than just a church. It is a missionary movement that combines contemporary worship styles with a strong commitment to fulfilling the Great Commission. The congregation specifically caters to younger generations and various ethnic groups while maintaining its core Presbyterian values. During the anniversary service, current Presbytery chairperson, Reverend Benjamin Appiah, expressed gratitude for Presbyterian Missionary Worship Center's growth and paid tribute to its predecessors' visionary leadership. Drawing inspiration from Isaiah chapter 43, verse 18 to 19, Reverend Appiah challenged the congregation to look to the future with faith and expectation. As we celebrate 5 years of God's faithfulness, we must ask ourselves what is next. He urged the congregation. Our goal should be to plant another Presbyterian Missionary Worship Center in Techiman while strengthening our current ministry. PCGTV Spotlight is up next with focus on who is a General Assembly recorder.
My name is Reverend Kingsley Kwakujechi. I've been a recorder of the General Assembly. This year will be my 20th anniversary as a recorder. And now, for the 3rd year, I'm now the chief recorder. My first recording experience happened at the General Assembly at Sunyani. And since then, it's been exciting working as a recorder at General Assembly. Two things: it gives me an opportunity to serve God's kingdom through the General Assembly and also to serve the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. And secondly, it also enables me to know the trends in the church, how decisions are arrived at, what led to what decisions, how arguments are made, the discussions that eventually culminate in the decision making. So it has enabled me to know how the church has been moving for the past 20 years that I've been a recorder at the General Assembly. Sometimes I look forward to a day that I will exit as a recorder, but the joy of the work keeps me coming back. For those of us who may not know, when we end the day's proceedings and everyone goes to sleep, recorders will sit throughout the night. Sometimes we sleep as late as 3 a.m. so that we can present our minutes to the assembly. And yet, if we sleep at 3 a.m., by 7 we should be ready to start the day's work. It's challenging, it's tasking. Sometimes it drains you. When we are done with the assembly and we get back home, that is when we clear all the arrears of sleep that we didn't have whilst we were at General Assembly. But me and my team, we are grateful to God for giving us this opportunity to serve His kingdom in the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. To qualify as a recorder of the General Assembly, you must be a very good Presbyterian and a very good Christian, because the work demands that we record exactly what was said and what happened. You can't twist it. You can't put your own thinking there. So you need to be a person of integrity. Definitely, we are writing English, so your grammar and your language should be good. You should be able to type very fast on your laptop or the desktop, and then you also have to meet the requirements of the Clerk of General Assembly, because he is the person who selects who a recorder will be. And so once you check all the boxes according to the Clerk of Assembly, then you become a recorder. And you must also be someone who is ready to work in a team. If we don't work as a team, we cannot deliver on our mandate. So you should be a team player, ready to learn, humble to accept that sometimes what you wrote, there were mistakes and errors in it, and to make the corrections. Then you are ready to go as a recorder.
This is where we draw the curtains on PCGTV News today. We appreciate your time with us. My name is Georgette Anane. Do have a splendid day and enjoy the rest of our programs.